Let's go back, way back, about 2 million years ago. There's a small group of humans, not quite like you, not quite like an ape, crouching at the edge of a dry riverbed somewhere in East Africa. The sun is brutal. There are no grocery stores, no farms, no fire yet. Just a handful of people and a landscape that does not care whether they eat today or not. What does one of them do first thing in the morning? They start digging, not for gold, not for treasure, for a root, a tough, bitter, knuckle-sized tuber buried about a foot underground. They dig it out with a sharpened stick, brush off the dirt, and eat it raw. It tastes awful, but it has calories, and calories are the only currency that matters right now. This is breakfast, no plates, no seasoning, just survival. But here's where it gets interesting. That same person, by mid-morning, spots something moving under a rotting log. Termites, hundreds of them. And to that ancient human, this isn't disgusting. This is exciting. This is the equivalent of stumbling onto a pizza. Termites are packed with fat and protein. They're basically tiny, crunchy survival capsules. And the best part? You don't have to chase them. They just sit there. Our ancestor scoops up a handful and eats them like popcorn. That's mid-morning snack sorted. Now it's midday. The group is moving, following the shade, scanning the trees. Someone spots a fig tree, and suddenly everyone is running. Not from danger, toward fruit, because ripe fruit, in this world, is basically dessert. It's sweet, it's soft, it's full of fast energy. The problem is, it's only available for a few weeks a year, and every other animal within a mile has the same idea. The group eats quickly, quietly, eyes darting for predators, fingers sticky with juice. This is the ancient equivalent of finding a bakery that's giving everything away for free. You eat as much as you physically can, because tomorrow the tree will be picked clean. That's lunch. Now the afternoon. A few of the stronger members of the group went out earlier. They didn't bring down a mammoth. That's a Hollywood version of the story. What they actually found was a carcass, a wildebeest, already dead, already half-eaten by lions. Most creatures would walk away, not early humans. They run toward it, chase off the vultures, and get to work with their stone tools. Not on the flesh. The lions got most of that. They go for the bones, because inside those bones is marrow, thick and fatty and rich, and it keeps you alive when nothing else is working. They crack the bones open on a rock, scoop out what's inside, and eat it on the spot. That is a successful afternoon. By the time the sun starts dropping, the group is settling near whatever shelter they can find. And now, something different happens. Someone has figured something out that no other animal on Earth has figured out yet. They make a fire, and into that fire, they throw those same bitter tubers from this morning. And something almost magical occurs. The roots soften, the bitterness fades, something approaching actual flavor begins to appear. This is the first cooking, not a recipe, not a technique, just a discovery made by accident that would change the course of an entire species. Because that cooked root doesn't just taste better, it's easier to chew. And over thousands and thousands of generations, eating cooked food quietly reshapes the human body itself. Smaller gut, bigger brain, more time thinking, less time chewing. The campfire doesn't just warm them, it builds them. Now compare that to a Tuesday in your life. You wake up, you open a fridge full of food, you scroll through options on a delivery app, you complain that there's nothing to eat. Your ancient ancestor spent their entire day in negotiation with the landscape just to assemble what you'd consider a pretty sad meal. And yet, they were not broken. They were not suffering in the way we imagine. They were adapted. Their bodies knew how to run on uncertainty. Their instincts were tuned to find calories in places we'd never think to look. And those same instincts are running in you right now. That pull you feel towards sugar? That's a body that remembers fruit only being available for 2 weeks a year. That craving for fatty, salty food. That's a body that remembers marrow as a once-in-a-while miracle. That feeling of pure happiness when you sit down to a big meal after a long day. That's something ancient, something real, something that was earned over 2 million years of genuinely not knowing if dinner was coming. The ancient human diet wasn't a philosophy. It wasn't a brand. It was a daily scramble across a landscape that didn't owe them anything. Roots pulled from the ground at dawn, insects eaten without hesitation, fruit consumed in a frenzy before someone else got there, and bones cracked open on rocks at dusk because nothing, absolutely nothing, could be left behind.